Family Road Trip by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete, Bob, Mom, and Dad are going on a road trip across the United States. Dad loads the bags onto the roof. Mom picks the music. Bob and Pete grab the bike. The first stop is Niagara Falls. They ride a boat to see the waterfall up close. Pete loves pretending he's the captain. Let's read the name of their boat. It's a Cat of the Mist, and they're all wearing blue raincoats and look like they just drive through. Did you ever go to Niagara Falls? Look at all the different cats. Which cat is your favorite? My favorite cat is the yellow one. The next stop is Boston. The family walks the Freedom Trail. They take a photo in front of Paul Revere's house. Historic and cool, says Bob. Did you ever go to Boston and walk up the Freedom Trail? Now they're off to a new city. It is New York City. The family takes an elevator on top to One World Trade Center. Look, it's the Statue of Liberty, says Dad. Did you ever go to New York City? I never went there, but I want to see the Statue of Liberty. In Savannah, they ride a riverboat. Pete orders a slice of peach pie. Yum, says Pete. Life is good. And the name of their boat is Savannah Queen. And look, it's red, and I can see Pete holding a fork and he's ready to eat his pie. Did you ever go to Savannah and ride a riverboat? When they arrive at Key West, Pete meets a six-toed cat. Your paws are groovy, says Pete. Right back at you, says the cat. Ernest Hemingway Home and Museum. That's what it is, and maybe the six-toed cat lives there. Did you ever go to Ernest Hemingway Home and Museum? I think there isn't a six-toed cat there in real life. The pattern on his fur looks super cool, right? New Orleans is famous for jazz music. The groovy jazz music makes everyone dance in the streets. Look, they're all dancing. Look, one cat's playing the trumpet, one cat's playing the drum, and then it looks like there's water on the road, but they're all walking around. And look, the cat playing the trumpet is purple with white stripes. Did you ever go to New Orleans? Everyone is excited about the next stop, but then, the car gets a flat tire on Route 66. Don't worry, says Mom. We can't let this ruin our trip. Mom and Dad change the tire. Soon the family's on their way. Did you ever drive in Route 66? Mom parks the car. Look over there, says Bob. It's Mount Rushmore. What a sight to see. The family stops to take a photo. Have you ever been to Mount Rushmore? I want to go there because it sounds super cool. At Yellowstone National Park, everyone unwinds. This park is so pretty and peaceful. Bob sees a bison snacking on grass. Check out those horns, says Mom. Look at the bison. He's staring at us. Suddenly, Old Faithful shoots water high into the air. Cool, says Pete. Did you ever go to Yellowstone National Park? I think there are real bison there. Bob thinks it's time to try something different than a car ride. The family goes on a horse ride instead in Utah's Monument Valley. Have you ever went to Utah's Monument Valley? I think it's super cool because of the horse ride. Which horse do you like the best? The white one with blue spots that Pete's riding? The one that Bob's riding? Or the blue one that Dad's riding? I can't actually see what Mom's riding, but let's try to guess. It looks a little white and it has black hair. I think my favorite's the one that Bob's riding because it has brown spots. Let's see where to go next. In Los Angeles, Pete checks out the Cat Hollywood Walk of Fame. Pete puts his paws in the paw prints. I feel like a star, he says. Let's see the names. I just need to tilt this to see. Maurice the cat, Cat the hat, Felix the cat, and Sylvester the cat. Why did they put Cat in the hat? Alright, I forgot. He's pretty famous. Have you ever been to Los Angeles? When they get to San Francisco, they all squeeze into a cable car. Pete stands in the front and says, toot toot. That looks kind of scary because the road goes up and then down. Wouldn't the cable car crash? I don't think it would actually. I think they're tracks. Have you ever been to San Francisco? Let's find out what's going to happen next. The last stop is Seattle. They go to the top of the Space Needle. Wow, says Mom. This city is pretty at night. Did you ever go to Seattle? I'm going to go to Seattle on summer break. Finally, it is time to go home. We saw so many cool places, says Bob. What was your favorite part of the road trip? Asked Mom. Before we go to the next page, I'm going to ask you a question. In any of these places, which one have you think is the most interesting? I'm going to give you a few minutes to think. I think I know which one is my favorite. I'm just going to go back to check. Meanwhile, you can think of yours. I think my favorite is the Niagara Falls because you get to ride in a boat and then you get to go through. And now let's check what's happening at that page. Pete thinks long and hard. There were so many neat sights. The best part was being together with you all, says Pete. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is, I think you already know, it's where they're riding the boat that says Cat of the Mist and they're going to the Niagara Falls. Ruby's new home. Everyone was excited. Mom and Dad had a big surprise. Today was the day Ruby would arrive. The kids could not wait to meet their new dog. After lunch, Mom and Dad brought Ruby home. Everyone has to learn to share, Mom said. We will all have to take care of Ruby. Isn't she cute? Jade said. Ruby is going to be so much fun, said Jordan. Justin smiled and nodded. Everyone loved Ruby right away. Mom took them to the pet store. She told each of them they could pick out something special for Ruby. Puppy supplies. Jade picked out a leash and bowl. Jordan picked out a ball and blanket. Justin picked out a collar and a tag. Then he picked out a box of treats for Ruby. Everything was red. Why did you all pick red? Asked Mom. Her name is Ruby, said Jade. So red is her favorite color. Mom smiled. I am glad we are all sharing Ruby so well, she said. That night, Mom heard loud voices. She walked down the hall to see what was going on. Justin was hugging Ruby. Jordan was holding her ball, and Jade was trying to pull Ruby with her leash. What is going on here? Asked Mom. Jordan said, Ruby is my dog. I want her to sleep in my room. Justin said, no, Ruby is my dog. I want her to sleep in my room. Jade said, Mom, they are both wrong. Ruby is my dog, and she should sleep in my room. Just then Ruby barked. They all let go of Ruby and looked at Mom. Ruby's a member of our family, Mom said. We need to share her. There is plenty of fun to go around. Ruby loves all of you. Right, Ruby? Everyone looked around. Where was Ruby now? Asked Justin. Where did Ruby go? She was nowhere in sight. They looked in Jordan's room. No Ruby. They looked in Jade's room. No Ruby. They looked in Justin's room. No Ruby. They looked downstairs. Ruby was curled up in her crate on her brand new red blanket. She was fast asleep. It looks like Ruby has found her own spot to sleep, said Mom. The next morning, Dad had a good idea. Let's have a picnic at the park, he said. Can Ruby come too? Asked Jade. We can all play with her together. I will bring Ruby's leash, said Justin. I will bring her ball, said Jordan. And I will bring her treats, said Jade. They all took turns playing with Ruby. They all threw the ball for her to chase. They took turns holding the leash to keep her safely near them. They all gave her treats, but not too many. On the drive home, Ruby fell asleep in the back seat. She was so tired, she was snoring. Look, Mom, said Justin. Sweet little Ruby really is our dog, Mom smiled. Isn't sharing fun? We can share taking care of Ruby, and we can share playing with Ruby. Best of all, said Dad, we can share Ruby's love too. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where Ruby was sleeping in her own place.